cut to the chase. It's only on the house when we in the place. My used to lava boys got it up in some flames. Stirring up the cup with my wrist souffle. Shaka Zulu chains with my name engraved. I told you on swing, don't say my name in vain. We bring it to your door like, you rang? Spending all the money, then we watch it boomerang.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory out on that field. It's Todd Gurley's Rams going up against Hyde's 49ers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
All right, here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Tyron Walker breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And the pressure gets to him again.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's going to go down again. Robert Quinn in there to drop him yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back-to-back-to-back sacks, and it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Austin. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Goff on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. 2nd and 10. Goff again. And an alley to run. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
First down, a run with Hyde. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard right at the 45. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you did? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
Watch him now, Barney. Check safety. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And now running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. It's George Kittle, the rookie, tied in with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the rookie from Boston College, John Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. They go screen pass to Hyde. Whoosh. Avoids him at the 40. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for it after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Donald in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Now let's go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that takes us from second to third down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
They pitch it out to Hyde. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
All right, here we go.
Again, it's Hyde. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They're facing a tough spot. 3rd and 8 here to start things out. comes to Hyde. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ahkello Witherspoon tried to make his mark in San Francisco as a cornerback, but he has a big picture in mind as well. Eventually wants to be a surgeon when his playing days are over.
How about that? That would be quite the transition, right? From the NFL to the operating room?
It certainly would. Think about it this way. Those hands used for intercepting passes now, later on, maybe saving lives.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Goff on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. Goff finding fellow 2nd-year man Higbee for a Rams 1st down.